to restore Pokemon, TCG, and sports cards here on the Cardboard Alchemist podcast. And now here are your hosts, Giovanni and Sebastian.
What should we use? A flame torch?
Oh, jeez! Oh, my God!
A freezer? A steamer? Or a mystery mouse couture?
You're in the Thunderdome, baby.
Oh, yeah.
The Cardboard Alchemist Thunderdome. We're about to do some alchemy on y'all.
Hey, what was that?
On your ass.
Yeah.
Today, we're experimenting. I was going to call this the Mad Scientist episode, but we should call it the Mad Alchemist episode.
The Mad Alchemist, hell yeah. That sounds even better. Dude, I need to get that little thing. I really got to get it where I could just like play sounds just right there.
Yeah, you got to watch the indent episode because I did put in the sound effect that I said last time I had programmed on my keyboard.
Yeah.
So you got to go watch that real quick.
Definitely will.
I ran out of fake beer. Unfortunately, I don't know what this is. This came from the dollar store, and so...
Hey, dollar store stuff is pretty good sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
It might be expired, so
what do you mean?
I drink a lot of seltzer water, too, if I run out of fake beer.
Dude. I fucking love seltzer water.
Let's crack our stuff at the same time. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1... Let's go.
I got some squirt action on me.
I know, same here, but I think mine's radioactive. How much sugar is in this thing?
It's a lot.
35.
What about the added sugars?
It's actually not that bad. I'm surprised.
Is it really sour 35. Or is it just...
It's not. It's kind of sour, yeah. So, hell yeah. Well, we just pulled out some freaking cards out of the freezer, bro. So our first experiment that we're gonna do here is the freezer card. Which, by the way, Sebastian, I've got 2 cards in the freezer. This is just one of them. I left the other one in the freezer for the page because.
Oh, dude! I just literally put one card in the freezer, just like literally with napkin.
I got an idea for the page on what we can do there. And by the way, if you're not in the Patreon, get in the Patreon. Use code PokeMasters. Save 10%. I mean, we're having so much fun in the Patreon and here in the public too, but that's where we talk a lot about the stuff that's too hot for TV.
Yeah, very hot.
All right, so how you said your card's hard?
Yeah, mine came out pretty hard.
My card's
not
soft.
anymore. Mine is just literally pliable now.
Yeah, mine's really pliable. Now, I hydrated my card before I put it in, and I creased the front of this card, so you can see that crease going along here.
So what I did, I added some, if you could see that, some little cat ears on both sides. Just turn on the brightness. Maybe you'll see it more. There you go. There you go.
Hell yeah.
Look at that.
So... I mean, as far as the freezer goes, I think that this is like a post-restoration thing. I don't know, man. Like, it doesn't... The card is not frozen. What I was expecting to do is pull this card out and it being hard as a rock, but...
And you said you left it there overnight, right?
I left it overnight, but I put it in between these metal sheets.
I think the metal is what caused it not to. Remember, because when you put ice on metal... Ice melts fast.
Well, how's your card feel? You said yours is pliable, though, huh?
Mine is, yeah. It's cold, but it's like, look.
Mine's like room temperature all of a sudden. It was cold when I first pulled it out. The other one's in between thick steel, so I'm curious how that one is.
That one's going to be interesting.
I guess it'd be interesting to use our mystery mouse tool in the page here. Not going to say what it is. But if you're really, really curious, get in the page and you're going to find something cool. What we will do, though, I've got some other experiments I'm running over here.
I'm excited for those. I'm really excited for those.
We'll do those in the page, but we're going to talk about a couple of these tools here that I think that would be interesting for all of our YouTube fam out there.
Hell yeah.
So the first one, I guess, is this one that everybody's been talking about lately.
The dental tool.
Is that what this is? Is it dental
Not really.
tool?
I don't know. No. I don't know why people are misleading and misnaming it when it's not a dental tool. It's literally just stuff like you can use this stuff for clay. You can use this for basically a lot of crafts. And what we love about this and what I've learned about it is look at this tip.
Just a tip.
Just a tip.
Wow.
It's a ballpoint, which I have one that's really tiny and the other one that's a little bit bigger than that, but it's the best, especially for
yeah, it almost looks sharp, but it's not.
Especially
it has
for
like
creases.
A little ball.
Yeah, and this protects it, and it protects your card from not getting scratched.
Yeah.
So this is like one of the best things that I've been using for creases, and it's been working really good.
I've been messing around with these like really sharp, pointy ones, and man, don't use those. I indented this card last night that I was like, okay, not doing that again.
Yeah,
you
never.
know?
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people in the card restoration use those sharp ones, and I've always been so scared to even try it because I'm afraid either poking a hole on it, either scratching it, or taking off the top layer.
I mean, maybe if it's nice and rounded like this at the tip, like if you're going this way with it, but the minute you go the other way, that's where I ran into issues, is when I went that way. Mind you, the tip I was using was the tip of a soldering iron, so it was hot, and I think going the other way and hot just dug into the card and indented it, and I wanted to cry, yeah.
I would have cried.
Luckily, it was my card, but still, I guess let's give it a shot. Why don't we use the freezer cards that we have? And work on them real quick then. So let's flip them down. Let's flip it down and see if we can get some decent looking results out of this. After that, we'll talk a little bit about some of these other tools here. But let's just focus on this one. Everybody's been talking about it. They're ranting and raving. And I think, by the way, Sebastian, I'm curious what your thoughts are. Like, look over here real quick. See the Giovanni's card tool versus this?
Hell yeah.
AKA bone tool, whatever. I mean, whatever you want to call it. I call it my card tool, but Salvo was the one that first put me onto this thing. But the tip of this, if you get a good one, I mean, the tip of this thing is almost like the tip of this thing, you know? It's just this is going to be a little bit more targeted.
Yeah, and I feel like it's going to be more targeted, especially like for creases and stuff. Mm-hmm. There you go.
All right. So let's see here. I wonder how good this thing really is. So I guess we should be a good boy and probably sleeve these, shouldn't we?
I got my vinyl. My trusty, my handy dandy vinyl.
The vinyl's the best.
There you go.
But I'm going to sleeve mine. You can vinyl yours, and then I'll sleeve mine, and we'll kind of compare results. What's weird is I'm going to be doing a textured card.
Where's my vinyl? I had my vinyl.
So I'm going to try, since this one shows up best on camera, I'm going to do this one here. And sorry for the glare, but we're going to just have to make do here.
There you go. I found my vinyl. Okay.
So there's the crease. So let's go ahead and start tackling this. So
there you go. So let's start tackling it. Yeah, what I like about the penny sleeves, they're more softer, and I actually prefer using penny sleeves while I'm working on creases, especially with this type of tool, because it targets it more and it's a little bit softer. So because I know that the vinyl is a little bit harder. So it's going to be harder to kind of go through and try to fix these creases.
Yeah. I feel like there's a couple schools of thought here. The vinyl is going to be more protective, But at the same time, I think it flattens out the pressure a bit more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely know what you're trying to say.
Versus what I'm doing right now, it being directly on the card through a penny sleeve, you probably have to go a little lighter.
Yeah. On some test cards that I was doing, I did two ways. I went hard as hell, and then I did one that was light, and they worked out pretty good. Let's see.
Man, with this rainbow foil, I'm having big time problems seeing the crease here. I will say, from sticking it in the freezer, it seems like the crease went down just maybe from the condensation in the freezer alone.
Yeah, that's
I remember these being thicker. Yeah, not too bad. I feel like I'm indenting the card more than anything, though.
Yeah, with the penny sleeves, you're going to be indenting it a little bit more.
I'm going super light, too.
Yeah, so I think the whole goal is trying to indent the card more so it can kind of hide those creases. Yes, you're going to indent it, but the cool thing is with the humidity storm or leaving it for like 2 days or overnight on the humidor at 90%, it will make it more pliable for flattening.
I'm just going to try circles and see if that helps.
I've been seeing a lot of good what's it called? I just lost train of thought. But a lot of good results. There you go. That's the word. I've been seeing a lot of good results, like especially if you're going to be working on the back of the card, since it's more paper. Even with like just the lightest circles or like the lightest touch, that little crease or whatever you have in the back goes away instantly after flattening.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So I'm going to just try and go like back and forth over it like this on one part of the crease. Just like up and down. And see if I can kind of like smooth it out that way. Honestly though, I still, like in the case of this, I feel like, I don't know, I'm going to try the card tool at the bottom versus this, but just going back and forth over it looks like I got some decent results.
Yeah, is it because I like this because it's more precise and it's like literally just tiny. It's just more targeted than doing the whole area, especially with like a bigger tip or a bigger tool.
I'm kind of going with the texture now, seeing if that kind of helps. So there's like a circle pattern right here. I'm kind of trying to go with the texture and see how that looks. I think that might actually be better for this.
Yeah, go in with the texture.
Okay, let's take a look. Yo, that kind of worked.
Hell yeah. So if you kind of see mine, you can still kind of see it, but it's not as bad as this one.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely looks better. I've noticed those reverse hollows are a lot easier. Remember when we were working on that with the heat pen in the last episode?
Yeah, easier.
Somebody had an awesome before and after for the giveaway that we're doing.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you haven't entered the giveaway, record a before and after. We've got the Charizard to give away, Blastoise base set, Giovanni's Charisma, and the Flareon. All you need to do is post a before and after on social media, put cardboardalchemist.com, and yeah. So, I mean, 1 out of 10, I think this does have a place in the Alchemist toolkit.
Yeah,
right?
I give this, out of 1 out of 10, what would you give this? I give this a solid 8.
I think so. I think an 8 is the perfect grade for this. Like, again, I'm curious, like, if I were to take the card tool now, and so here's what I got here at the top. The top I kind of worked on here.
Yeah, the top looks a little bit better.
Now see this circle texture right there?
Definitely, yes.
I went in circles with it over, and that worked. For sure that worked. Like, I can kind of see it faded a lot right there. There's still a couple of lines. I feel like if I kind of worked on those a little more, that would kind of work. But I'm curious, like, if I take the card tool and just go over this at the bottom portion of this, what kind of results I would get. Because I feel like card tool is better for the back or vintage cards, things without texture. But for sure, I think this one's going to be better. The other tool that's been popping up is going to be better for... Yeah, like really not a lot of difference there at the bottom. So...
That looks good, though. Like, I mean, it definitely reduced it.
Yeah, definitely reduced it, but this would be a situation where I'd probably actually prefer this tool for those textured cards.
Mm-hmm.
On something like what you're working on, I wouldn't mind using the card tool and just calling it a day. Yeah, like you are. Because
have you noticed that there's like one side is more flat than the other, or is it just manufacture?
I know what you're talking about, where
one looks more rounded than the other.
Yeah, I have seen that. Mine is like pretty evenly rounded, I would say, but I have seen some of them where it's like flat on one side and then rounds on the other side. So it kind of just depends. Like this tool in general, I feel like this side does feel a little bit more flatter than this rounded side here. But when it comes to the tip, I think it looks pretty much like evenly rounded on all sides.
Yeah.
But this would be pretty tedious, man. Like with this is a crazy texture. So you'd have to sit here with a magnifying glass and really work on this thing in order to probably get
definitely
get the results that you want. But I think it's possible. Imagine working on like a Moonbryon or something. I think this would be
scary.
Yeah, but this would probably be the way you want to go.
Yeah, it's like going like with the texture and like just very precise, and of course with a lot of patience, because if it's a client's card, then you're gonna get screwed.
Yeah, I almost feel like what this could be is a situation of like flat, like do humidity storm, use this, then flatten it, right? Which, by the way, I was always wondering about this, but see how like cold this one is. This one was
dude, that looks sick.
It does. It looks like ice, but
yeah,
I probably wouldn't put a card in this. Just the amount of condensation that's inside of it.
Yeah, I think that could like really.
Yeah, there looks like there's some. Most of it's on the outside here. So here, draw a happy face for you. But I would be curious if you sealed it up in here, like before you put it in, like put the card in, and then take the card, and then like when you're done, because I've read with ChatGPT before, like it's like put it in a cold press when you're done, and then
after that put heat press, right? Some stuff like that.
It always says at the end with cold, and I've tried it, and maybe it does work a little bit to like, because it says lock in your changes sort of thing. But the minute you
compress it,
the minute you take it back out of the freezer, though, it's kind of like, okay, it might puff back up from the condensation that it got in there. So you almost may want to like pop it out of the freezer, put it in a fresh screw down flattener or something, and then leave it.
Call it a day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm going to talk about some interesting things with the Mystery Mouse tool too, because
hell yeah,
that thing, I tell you, it can wreck cards, but it's interesting. So yeah, I give this a solid 8. I think it's worth buying. I would just say that, you know, it could be a mixture. What I would suggest, like on a card that you have, for example, I would take one of the tips, because how many came in yours? Mine had like 8 of them.
Mine came with 5 or 6, and then there's one that has a really big ball. Let me see if I can get it real quick. I have it right here.
Yeah, and I guess what I'm thinking is like finding one that matches the size of the crease, right? So if you have a very large, thick crease, try and use the one with the big ball that kind of matches the size.
Actually, mine came with 5. Yeah, so they're all different colors.
So what I was saying is like use a ball that matches the size of the crease, right? And work just on the ridge of the crease, pushing it down.
Yeah. What's the biggest ball that yours has?
It came with 2 large ones. That was a joke. That was a bad joke. Sorry. Mine had a pretty... There was a decent sized one, but what was weird is mine kind of came with like... there was 4 and 4 or something like that.
With this one.
They looked identical. Like 4 of them versus the other 4, they're like identical. The only difference was some of them have this DNA looking thing and the other ones look like yours. So
yeah.
The 5 kit is probably good. How big is that? Let me see it again.
There, yeah, let me show you the big one. So in each of them, it comes with, of course, the bigger one.
Yeah, that's
bigger
huge.
And then the smaller side.
Yeah.
Which I really like the smallest, finest one for the creases.
Yeah, I think like the big like one would be good for vintage. I noticed vintage hollows. It's quite common that the crease is huge.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
It just depends on the size of the crease, though. Like all of these are vintage hollows sitting in here, and it's weird. Like one of them, the way when I creased it on purpose, did the spider crease just like this one, where you've got a lot of tiny ones. But then the other 2, I think, were fairly big. But I got to jog my memory when we bust those out. So
yeah, so basically I'm running with this one too. Basically like spider creases and stuff too. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is the one that I'm going to be showing on the page.
Nice. Okay. So let's switch gears a little bit. So I got this card here, Basic Gyarados. I kind of like bummed because I originally thought this card was near mint or whatever, or at least LP. And when I was going through my collections earlier to put together a master set for base set, it has this massive indent at the bottom. So somebody screwed me at a card show or something.
Damn. And you got it for near mint price?
Of course I overpaid for the card. So always check your cards when a vendor says it's near, even if you know the person, they just may have not seen it, right?
Yeah.
So
it happens. Like,
I'm curious, what I'm going to do is I'm going to indent the card. This right here, I think I need to tackle differently at the bottom. This here would probably be a situation of humidor, card tool. Like, again, like this is way too small to be tackling such a large area. Yeah. So this is where you'd probably be wanting to use a card tool, right?
For sure.
And I saw Salvo recently, Captain Jack Parrott on Instagram, or Newton Card Care on TikTok. He likes to do what's called local humidity treatment.
Yeah.
So like he'll cut a piece of paper and he'll soak the piece of paper in like water and he'll just lay the piece of paper on top. I tried that and I still prefer the humidity store method. I think it's mainly because the direct contact with the water ends up giving it a waterlogged look fairly quickly. But if you cut the paper just right to fit the size of the indent, it's not as bad. But what you want to avoid is the edge. Like if you get that water on the edge, then you're gonna screwed. So for this card, what I'm going to do is I'm going to indent the card. And then what I want to try to do on this experiment is take, instead of humidity storm, this is going to be like the quick, gadget here, and see if I just sprayed myself in the face, I think. Yeah. So this was on Amazon. I think this was just like a beauty mister or something it called it. I don't know. I guess girls maybe like, oh, I need more moisture or something. That felt good.
It does feel good.
Ooh, it stinks though. I probably need to change this water out.
Oh,
it's probably been sit in there for a while. So, here's the experiment. I'm gonna use this and this. So, I forgot where I got this. I apologize. I'll post it.
No, it's okay. You know what it looks like? When I first saw that, it looked like a shot. I was like, oh my god.
I know it does actually, because you can swap the tips out on this thing. And it has basically like this little tiny suction cup. So like once you put that tip on there like that, you can see right inside there's this little tiny hole. And so what you do is it's like manual. You hold it in and then you put it on a surface and then you let go and it suctions the card.
That's cool.
So I guess my experiment is like, okay, you can't do this on a dry card, but what if we did an indent? then use this and see if we can like pull the indent
Basically,
out.
like with cars, like when they have dents and you just like pull them out with either a suction. Well, of course, you have to heat the material up first and then do it like basically like a car indent.
Yeah, I've heard of people using like vacuum tables and all this other crap. I've never
I've seen
had
people
any of
use
that
plungers.
work. Yeah. There's even like car dent repair kits. The problem with those, they're so big. They won't work on a Pokemon card. I think I got this thing from like iFixit or something. I can't remember the name, but it was a pretty neat thing. When I first saw it, I'm like, hey, maybe this might work, but let's give it a shot. Because the last time I tried this was on a dry card, so maybe the missing bit here was the humidity, okay? We're going to do two tests here. I'm going to indent the front and then indent the back. So, sorry, Gyarados, but you're going down for science.
Yeah,
so there's an indent there on the front, right by Dragon. Right there.
There you go.
And then I'm going to give one right by the
On the
P
P.
here. Oh man, I can feel the Gyarados complaining right now.
He's like, hey man, what the hell?
There's that one there. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's try the front first. So I'm gonna, again, we would want to probably humidity storm this thing typically.
Yeah, that's typically the thing that we gotta do.
But let's go ahead and give this a shot. So I'm gonna mist it. I posted this on Instagram once, and Salvo reached out to me. He's like, it looks like you're doing the same experiments I'm doing. I'm like, oh, so yeah, I guess he was messing with this thing too.
Nice.
Okay, so we've got a decent, let me try with the water there. I'm going to try and pull it out now. So I got to find it. There it is right there. All right.
This is interesting.
Oh, you can see a bubbling from me pushing
the water.
in. Oh, we got a nice little bubble going there. He used Bubble Beam, I guess, just now.
Oh my god.
See, look, one of the attacks is Bubble Beam. Why does Bubble Beam cost 4 but Dragon Rage costs 3? That should be the other way around. By the way.
Definitely. Because it's Dragon move. It's more power.
Okay. Trying to pull up on it as I'm letting go. By the way, there's like a smaller tip for this thing that's like even smaller.
Yeah, dude, that's cool. I need to, search this thing up so I can start experimenting on that too.
Well, I don't think this is gonna work for the front, buddy. I think this would work for the back, but
Definitely.
we can keep trying.
And like when you do that, is it like? Do you feel like it's like a strong suction? Like
I can lift the card up off the ground with it. So
that was a stupid question. Then I should have never
it's
asked
not
that.
super. I will say it's not super suctiony, if that makes sense. I can still see that indent there. So it does seem like it's less of an indent.
Yeah,
maybe
I was about to say that.
Maybe if I were to go ham on this thing like for an hour sitting like this, if it would slowly go away. But well, I think that's not going to work. Let's try the back. Okay, I'm going to get rid of all the wetness off of it first so I don't completely soak. And now let's give that P a shot there. Mm-hmm. So we talked about indents on that previous episode. What do we do with pin dot indents like this?
Pin dots, well, we have to moisturize that area first. Then you have to cause an indent. You need to dent it a little bit more.
Concave, right?
Concave, yeah, in circles.
Problem with that is I think the concave method wouldn't necessarily apply to this. So what we're going to do instead of the concave is we are going to give this a nice little mist. And let's let that soak in there for a second. And
you're going to wait for it to bubble up, or you're just going
to... Yeah, while that's soaking, let's talk a little bit about this other tool real quick. So, this came from Doug Glass, right? I gotta find his Instagram again, but it was weird. I had like a bunch of shipments that came in for cards I need to fix and stuff, and I had this one package. I opened that. Seemed like somebody opened it. Like I was nervous.
No.
Like, did someone jack somebody's cards? Because I actually anticipated there was going to be cards inside.
Mm-hmm.
So I rip it open, and there's like all, like the dude like wanted to absolutely make sure this thing didn't get broken because there was like a ton of wrapping around it.
Yeah, it's glass.
So after I finally got it out, I was like, what the heck? Like, and then I vaguely remembered, oh, this guy hit me up about this tool. So I think he plans on selling these.
I think he sells it for $30.
Yeah. The concept, I believe, is that if you heat this and then work on a crease, that this thing supposedly works. So let's give it a shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I guess, heat it up. I think he said something about a torch or something. I do not have a torch, but...
Oh, I like that.
I have a AR-15 here. Let's see. Here, let me rank this thing up a little bit. We're going to get kicked off of YouTube for this device.
Hell yeah. We're going to get fucking not copyrighted, we're going to get banned for this.
I know, right? Oh, come on, baby. There we go. Dude, I feel like a crackhead right now.
Jesus.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, man. I'm going to drip molten glass on me right now.
Nah, I don't think the fire's too hot, so unless it's like...
It's getting black. I think he's right. I probably should have used, like... I'm going to wipe it off before I, like, put it on the card, though. I think the butane from this lighter is what's causing
his bad back.
Because, yeah, it's, like, black, dude.
Just be careful, don't burn yourself.
So I'm going to wipe it off real quick. Oh, yeah, all that black came right off. And then I'm going to work on the card real quick. Let's try it. Maybe I should have used vinyl or something, but yo, that kind of worked.
Oh, nice.
Yo, that actually kind of worked. That dude, it retains heat. It definitely retains heat. So
you need to add the little...
I know, right? Yeah. I feel like Hunter Biden is about to bust in my room right now saying, can I hit that?
Right, it just comes in out of nowhere. Yeah, it does look significantly better.
I can feel it sticking, if that makes sense. Like
because of the heat of the hollow and everything, of the plastic.
Yeah. So it's definitely doing something. Again, I probably... maybe prefer to use a vinyl or something like that, but I hear people are getting pretty good results with something like this.
That's interesting. It looks really good.
Okay, let's take a look now. Not bad. I'm actually impressed.
Yeah, same. This is the first time I ever see it in person.
I mean, for
somebody using that.
For a textured card, that's not that bad.
No, it's not.
It's not perfect, and I can see it definitely left like this darker streak. Yeah, I think it's just because I did direct contact rather than through a medium like parchment or vinyl or silicone release paper or something like that. But I will say, on a non-textured card, this would probably work pretty darn well. But I would still say, like, again, especially for an expensive card, I would probably do Humidity Storm, then work with the texture. Like, this would be a massive pain just because there's a star here and a circle here and a heart over here. Mm-hmm. So that would be extremely difficult. But if you had a magnifying glass and really were patient, and then maybe give a nice little card tool up and down, and then bust this out, and then maybe even repeat it, probably get some pretty good results out of that.
It looks good. It does.
Shout out. Ooh, it's still hot. Like, damn, this thing.
Heat.
Yeah, it definitely retains heat. Now, I heated this thing up earlier. I forgot how, but I felt like the thing melted on me a little bit because I remember this being like bigger or something, and I felt like it was starting to bend. In fact, it almost looks like one side of it kind of bent downward.
Oh, yeah, I see it a little bit, yeah.
So you just maybe have to do some sort of situation where you hone in how much heat you really want on this thing, but man, it's still hot. Like, I'm gonna burn myself if I hold it too long. So I'm surprised how long it holds the heat. So yeah, shout out him. I hope he does make these things. These are cool. I mean, the heat pen is still my go-to, but
that's a different alternative. Which
yeah, this thing would work. I think really maybe the difference is you have a larger working area with this.
Mm-hmm.
The heat pen is going to be a little bit probably better to target, or even like a soldering iron or something. But all right, let's do this last experiment, and we're going to jump in the page. So I've been letting this thing soak here for a while. I'm going to kind of...
Ooh, it bubbled.
Yeah, it definitely bubbled. So yeah, look at all that water damage on the card. But you can still see the remnants of that little indent right in the middle there.
Yeah.
So let me try and see if this thing works. I feel like the texture of the bubbling is making it not stick as good. Ooh, that was kind of fun.
It's
Mario
kind of going away a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But I think this is an L, because I would still prefer to concave it out, humidity, storm, and flatten.
Yeah.
Let's see. I felt like I just left indents of where the tip of this thing was. But it does look like it kind of worked a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just, unfortunately, I was like maybe pushing too hard, because there's like circles from where the tip of this thing is. Kind of worked. But now you got a different problem. Now you've got these like circle rings.
Yeah, I see it.
Around where the
section was.
Yeah. See that circle ring right there where the P is?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, L on that one, but the glass one was a W.
It was impressive.
I think this is definitely something that might have something to it. And again, it's like, different types of cards and different sorts of things,
React differently.
There could be certain tools that are better for certain surfaces. Like, I just pulled a couple of Topps Chrome cards, these baseball ones, and I'm surprised, like either the print quality or they're rushing these things, but we didn't really hit anything too good out of these baseball Chrome cards, but I was surprised on the print quality. Like, a lot of cards coming out of the manufacturer are having issues. So if I glare this, see those bubbles, dude?
What the hell?
Card was indented coming out of the pack, those 3 huge indents right there. So I'm like, dang. And they even bleed through the back.
That's crazy, man.
Like, it was like this. Like, something indented it like that. Like, what?
And are they naturally curved too?
Most Topps Chrome cards have like a curve a little tiny bit like that coming out of the pack. Like the Shohei right here has like a bit of a curve like that. But check this out. So the Shohei, it's like a $2 card. I was surprised. I thought, I was like, hey, maybe that's like $5 or $10 now. But another print quality issue coming right out. See this indent right here at the bottom?
Yeah, definitely see that.
So that's like a edge one. So I'm going to try and like I'm going to do more experiments with sports cards here soon, just because I haven't had much exposure to them. And I'd love to kind of wrap my head around, how to even go about something like this. Because this is like plastic both sides, and then there's cardboard in the middle, which is different.
Really thick cardboard, yeah.
So, like, how to even tackle this, right? I mean, I wonder if I took the suction and literally put it on one of these indents right here and tried to pull on it, if it would come out. No.
Yeah,
it's not enough suction, man.
The plastic already hardened and everything, maybe already concaved way too deep in there.
Yeah, this is a situation where you probably need humidity and heat to really get out, which we're going to talk a little bit about that in the page. So let's go. We'll see you in the page. Yeah, thank you everybody that watched today's episode. Like and subscribe.
And comment.
You got to do all of it. That helps the algorithm, that helps support us, that helps keep these awesome videos coming. And drop in the comments what you want us to talk about next. We'd love hearing from you guys about things you're dealing with, issues and things like that. So we'll be sure to cover more of that kind of stuff going forward. In fact, this experiment one came from one of our Patreon
Yeah,
followers.
definitely. And me and Giovanni were talking about it. We're like, this will be an interesting episode, so we should definitely do it. And also,
hell yeah.
turn on notifications, guys. You know, we drop an episode every Monday. You know, our last episode, there was how many? Like 11 people, 21 people watching it while it came out.
Yeah, I actually jumped in the chat because like when it premieres at 9 a.m. every Monday, I just like to see how many people are watching. And there was at peak 12 people watching at the same time, which is cool. I mean, I know we do rookie numbers compared to like these mainstream podcasts, but I always like depth over wide nets. Yeah. And what I mean by that is we're going deeper than any podcast has about card restoration.
That's a fact.
If you want to hear more about some of these ridiculous experiments that I got going on here and Sebastian's got going on, get in the page. I know people have complained. They're like, you guys are just pushing the page. It's like, it helps motivate us to keep this great content coming. And again, just get in there. It's only freaking $8 a month. In fact, let me share something. Don't sign up on Apple. Go to cardboardalchemist.com on your computer and you'll save money because apparently Apple is charging for subscription and like bumping the price up even more. So you can get around that by just going to the website directly on patreon.com/cardboardalchemist and signing up on your computer, then log into your iPhone and you'll save money that way. So that Pokemaster Center save 10%. And if you buy a full year of the membership, you also save big that way as well. 10% on top of the coupon 10%. It's 20% right there, baby.
Hell yeah, percentages.
Yeah, math and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how I passed calculus in college, dude.
Dude, calculus is hard, dude. I remember I did physics and calculus. Oh my god. I don't know how
I swear, we just passed on a curve because everybody failed that class. I remember there being some super smart kid in that class, and we all like ganged up on him, telling him to bomb the test on purpose so we could all pass. I guess it worked.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. It was because of freaking AP physics and calculus. I wouldn't have graduated high school because of that class. Everybody was failing that class. We all passed with a 70. Because of how hard that class was.
Damn.
So we literally went to somebody's house and we all took the test there online.
No way.
So we all took the test online. So he got the answers for us and then we just all took the test.
Let's go.
So yeah, he failed it, but the cool thing was he was able to retake it 3 times. So that was the cool thing. So that's how we got all the answers and we passed and we all graduated.
Hell yeah. Well, if there's a will, there's a way, right?
Hell yeah. If one's motivated, it motivates everybody.
Love you guys. See you on the next app.